Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Rajpar, back again with another topic, which is depression amongst the youngsters. Depression amongst the youngsters is very common. It is vastly being discussed in Pakistan, in many countries. But today I'm going to address about these statistics about Pakistan, the major cities of Pakistan. One of them is Karachi. 34% of people in Karachi has been suffering from depression. Now, what are the common problems everybody is identifying? Every news channel, every blogs, every here and there you are reading about doing research. I came across during my research that there are three common problems amongst these 34% of the depressed people. Number one is the poverty level. Number two is the lack of education. And number three is unemployment. Now, these are the big problems, and we have to look further in detail how these problems arise, where they start from, where these things starts from, at what certain age they start from, at what circumstances they have been starting, and how can we control as an individual, as a family, if anybody in the family has been suffering, how can we control right there and there and try to stop it? Okay, for that we have been planning, inshallah, that we will be doing a video series on this topic, depression amongst the youngsters, the teenagers especially, and how we can give them the alternate perception in life, so that they can lead a better life, inshallah. And what we have decided is, what we are going to do is we will be doing a video series, and this is the first part in the series, in which I will only address the minor detailed analytics that I have done in my research part, that why this thing happens. I'm not going to talk about the poverty level. I'm not going to talk about the unemployment thing, but lack of education. Now, education is not the problem for everybody, that everybody can have education here and there. But the problem lies when we talk about the competition. So this competition thing is going to start in our households from the day one. Even though you are starting a school, you are starting a college, you are starting a university, you have been in competition from day one, ever since you go into any education factor. Any education sector do you go, you will be in a competition. Now this competition is not coming in from inside of you, but the problem is everybody in surrounding is forcing that competition, upon you, upon me, myself. If a person goes to school, his parents, his teachers, his friends, his siblings, his surroundings, basically the society puts a pressure upon them that you have to score well. So first competition starts there. You are 20 students in the classroom, only top 3 will be given the prizes, and they will be recognized in the seminars or in the banquets or things like that. But what about the 17 students who have been in the class, who've been doing the hard work, who've been doing the same or sharing the same desks with them, and they've been not recognized? All they get is their mark sheets and things like that. That's a very minor level. Go to college level. Once you finish your schools, the competition begins. You have to be in the better college. You have to be in the better universities. You have to be in the top universities. 1, 2, 3, IBA, Zabist, name them, Qaid-e-Awam, name them, LUMS, name them. You have to be amongst those universities. If you're not going into those universities, what will happen? Your career is on the line. Now, at certain point, a lot of people will agree that, yes, this is right. If you're not from those universities, if you can afford them, yes, you should go to their universities and get some education. So your education level, the facilities that you're going to get, the buildings that you're going to go, the environment that you're going to get, the friends you're going to make, is going to make a lot of difference in your career growth. Yes, I agree to that. But what happens if the person is not able to make it to that college? What happens if the person is not able to make it to that university? Every year, these universities offer you registration. Now, for example, there are 1,000 students who want to go to the IBM, and they're offering only 200 students in 1 year. That's just an example. What will happen to the rest of the 800 people? Are they not potential enough? They are. Are they not doing the hard work? Have they not put in the same amount of hard work, potential, the same amount of time and energy so that they can pass on the test? Yes, they did, but they failed. Why? Because there were only 200 seats though. So the problem is not with those 200 people who passed, the problem is with the 800 people who failed. And now they think that there is no other door, then I have to apply next year. So they waste another year. And during that year, what happens is it's a lot of suffering, a lot of tension, a lot of depression, a lot of negative comments they get from a lot of people that you didn't pass, you were not amongst the 200 people. That is where the problem starts. That is where the basic problem starts. We have to stop right there and there. If the first door is closed, there is another door. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He does not close one door until unless He opens another one for you. Okay, so it doesn't apply only on your wealth or the business, but it all applies in your life too. So we have to look for that particular door which is open for me. I have to analyze my weaknesses and my strong points where I am competing. If I am potential enough, if I am couraged enough to compete in that competition where I will be successful. If I know that I'm not going to make it into 200 students, I know my potential. Why should I just compete over there and come back depressed? Why my parents are forcing me to go into that college, into that university where they see I'm not potential enough, where they see I will not get the environment from my house, where they see that I may not get a full support, yet they want me to go to that college, yet they want me to go to that university. And if I fail, then what is going to happen? It's a disgrace for the family. It's a disgrace for the society where I'm living. Nobody thinks about me. Nobody is thinking about me, what I am going to go through. If somebody tells me, go for another door, there are some universities. If somebody can say that there is another door, you can go and enter from there. For success, there is only one door and only few can enter. Only few people can enter into that success door. So what happens to me if I'm not getting successful? Is there not another door for me? If you think that I cannot be able to achieve what this person is going to achieve who is going through this door, and if I'm going through the other door, how does it make sense? Our purpose of education or purpose of being successful enough is or should be to get educated. Okay, now where this education is coming from definitely makes a difference. A lot of you would agree or disagree with me, but I'm trying to analyze the problem where this bigger problem starts. This competition starts. We try to make it so hard on our children, try to make it so hard on our friends, that if they are going to fail, nobody is going to tap on their shoulder saying that, okay, it's okay, and there is another way, there are other doors, so look for other doors too. There are not only 4 doors of these universities, and if you are not eligible enough, if you are not getting the admission or things like that, you're not successful. That's not true. We have to let them know that there are other doors too. They have to go through certain competitions where they are able to compete. We are going to ask them, you have to do this. We have to ask them, do you have to do this? But are they potential enough to do that? If they are potential enough, if they are capable enough to handle that pressure though. Okay, so this is one thing in these major things that I have identified in my analytics and my research. A lot of people can disagree to that, but you have to bring your own reasons. In my comments, you can message me that what are some other reasons, why this is not a problem, how this competition is not creating a depression amongst the youngsters or the teenagers who are coming from the fresh mind out of their young immature age and going into their mature age in the teenage, and all they see is a competition around them, and they are not mentally ready for that. So some people can handle the pressure, some people cannot. And what happens is, if some people handles the pressure for the time being, that depression stays in the mind. So all life long they suffer in many ways. They try to relate the same situation back in the past, what happened in the past, what happened in the childhood, things like that. So concluding, we are not deviating from the topic, but the problem is, if I see that I'm not able to compete enough in one door, why not try the other one? What's the problem in it? Why have to go through that door? There are only certain people can enter through that door. And I'm not one of them. So it's okay. It's fine. I have to accept this. That I'm not from this door. I'm not made for that particular door. But are the other doors closed for me? No, the world is open. I have many things to explore in life. It's just first stage in life. It's okay. When you are in the professional world, nobody asks you what university you went in. All they ask is, do you have the degree? All they ask is, are you capable enough to do this certain work? Are you enough to talk? Are you enough to make this presentation? Are you enough to, present this? Are you enough to, talk? Are you enough to work on certain tasks? Do you know this? Do you know that? Nobody will ask you if you have been to this #1 university. Oh, okay, then you will be able to work. No, it doesn't matter. A lot of people go to the universities and all they go is to take the degrees, and yet they don't know many stuff. What they have studied, they have no idea. So why are we just targeting the facilities but not the education? And it does not only apply to the youngsters, it also applies to the parents, to the siblings, to the relatives, to the whole society. That is the one problem. It's just one problem, mind it. It's just one problem out of these all 3-4 big problems: relationships, unemployment, poverty level, lack of education. A lot of things are the problems or the symptoms, the causes for depression. But this is just one part out of one part. This is the one sub part. Try to understand what I'm saying before exaggerating with comments upon me that I am wrong or things like that. Yes, I can be wrong, but this is one problem that I have identified. Now you can identify some problems and give it to me, and I can share that in a video series, because I have lined up a video series inshallah for you guys, in which we will be discussing about depressions, the stories, how people have overcome through them, what are major problems they have faced in their life. A lot of people have lost the loved ones, and yet they don't know what is the problem, what is creating the depression. We have to identify. We know we cannot solve the problem because the problem is there, but yet on the ground level we can identify and try to not raise it into a bigger problem. That's what my message is, inshallah. So I'm going to leave that up here, and I'm going to continue in the next videos, in which I will be there are a lot of friends who are going to help me in this video series, inshallah. And then we will be discussing about each and every part of this problem. 34% is not a small number in just one city. Imagine there are like 50%. I was doing a lot of research, like in alone Pakistan, in India, in America, a lot of people are suffering from this depression. And why does it happen? Because nobody is able to identify where it is starting from. It can start from the young age, even though you are 3 years or 4 years old. It can start from there. So you have to make sure you are providing, the smart eyes in your house. That you have that smart eyes as a parent, as a sibling, as a society. That this is going wrong. This is going into a bad direction. So we have to stop right and there and there. There are a lot of other opportunities. We can do business while we are in college, while we are in university. We can do a lot of stuff. That's fine. The goal is to earn money, right? The goal is to earn money. But if the loved one is not alive, what's the purpose? And a lot of people can relate to this. A lot of people have lost their loved ones because of, they can't identify the problems. And yet, after they lose the loved ones, they realize, oh, that was the problem. We shouldn't have done that. So my brothers and sisters, just a message to you guys that I have identified one problem. Disagree or agree with me, comment below, share this message if you like, and if you have any better identifications on this topic, I would like to hear from you, inshallah. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.